Every hate that bounced its way from American mirrors. Without choice, the implementation of a 6-lettered word and the people who were forced to accept it. It is from that space that I write you. May these words find you in peace, covered in everything God promised you, from grandma's hands to every forgotten promise. Wherever this world had failed you, know that my #1 goal is to never fail you again. I've wrapped this promise in a mountain of you deserve this because, dear child, you do. And I would write you beautiful if I could. Trim your name in calligraphy. I would spell it in all caps. Change the ink coloring to match the emotions you bring me. You see, we live in a world where perfect has no fingertips. Where her shoes will never match the rhythm of my footsteps, gloves too big to fit my fingers. But perfect shines like high noon Sundays, like early mornings. I wish I could write you in crayon. Color outside the lines, I would make stick figures with the biggest smiles you've ever seen. I would spray paint backdrops in the skylines just for you. Heaven would be outlined in stencils. Every empty space will be filled with oil pastels, purple moons, Carolina blue memories that whisper all of your secrets. You see, I spend so much time trying to fix others. My tools are usually too tight to fix my own broken. It's like my pulse is a bat signal for beating souls, and for some reason, I'm wearing the wrong lenses, so I will write you in period. Make a sphinx of your Mona Lisa. I want you in hieroglyphics. Kiswahili, hoodoo, voodoo, I would speak to you without moving my lips. I would sing you past forgiveness. And you will rise and shine in that same melody. Find your comfort in the world that is not easy. And I will remind you that you were hand-sculpted by angels. Painted the Creator's favorite color, God pretty, like patterns written in God's fingers. You are indeed an acoustic chord playing to the perfect lullaby. Like hip-hop music blasting after a Sunday morning funeral, we will bid farewells in your name. Timeline ancient vibes like you've been here before, so I would write you in God's language. Flavor the clouds with coloring so that I can see you when it is dark. It is because of you I now know joy. And it is because of you I am beginning to love the image I see in the mirror. As a baby, I must have fell in love with sound. Must have fell in love with the way language gave life permission. It's the way the stories leave sweetness on your palates. Language could mausoleum the secrets you hold, with the secrets and the lies you keep holy. Language can make "and I love you" sound like church bells on Easter Sunday. I've learned to love the power in words. Words like normal, like legal, and how they never rendered safety for African Americans. I'm guessing that's why reading was forbidden, unlawful to teach black folks, because language spells justice without complexion. It gave black skin everything America held captive. I've learned why American soil made black foot soles uncomfortable. Said it was unsafe to journey here, travel grounds where people didn't like my skin. It snatched our freedom like it was taking candy from a baby. I've loved language early. It's the kick snare in the nouns, the bass in the verbs that dance across legal-sized papers, but it's like America's ink loved to write us in fairy tales. Mention us in amendments, constitute our limits so that we can remember the houses we clean, the houses we paid for in blood, tears, broken tree branches, heavy chains, and African blood on American soil. It's like our DNA made trees grow big and strong, strengthen its roots, keep us clear of God's vision. What do you know about that, America? About those slogans? How presidents vowed to say that this was a country for white men, there will always be one. How bitter her soil feels beneath Blackfoot souls. How the word legal can tombstone the idea of black freedom, will make a sepulcher of your black liberation. I've learned legal is a racist. Never liked black skin. Will claim color blindness before the scales of justice. Legal has a way of making itself brand new. A way to revoke a statement when there are no mirrors to look at her image. If legal means based on or concerned by law, my question is, what color were the lawmakers? The pen pushers? Why weren't those pages written on black paper, written in white ink, written on Valentine's Day, posted on monuments, broadcasted in friendship, handwritten on National Community Day? Why does it always say we the people, but never mention black folks? There's some questions Google can't answer. Language has a way of defining things, making intent clear but free for interpretation. No return to sender stamps available, no get out of jail free cards. I fell in love with language when I was young. As a little boy, when authority always said white skin, when strange fruit meant deep south, and dirt roads meant home before sundown, that eyeballing was illegal, that black pride belonged under shoelaces. Language taught me that whistling came with a whites only sign, that sir and ma'am had power to some more than the name Jesus. Language said God was blind, couldn't see us in front of the big house, hanging from big trees. Language said be, and it was. And it was every B in the book besides black folks, black bodies, black lynchings, black caskets, black always the common denominator. I fell in love with language because of its nakedness. I saw language as the Garden of Eden. She had these big, beautiful angel wings that welcomed the only thing that I loved respectfully. Language. Taught me one of the most beautiful phrases I've ever known. Kore, chico negro, kore.